Hey everybody, this is a review for your test, our first test in our Integrated 1 math class. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let's see. So place the following numbers correctly on the number line. Okay, so I see 6, negative 2.4, positive 3.1, negative 4.9, 1/4, negative 1/2, negative 3/4. Okay, so let's do 6. 6 I'll put right over here, and I color coded these right here, so there's 6 right there. Okay, so 6 is in this pink right here. Okay, negative 2.4. Okay, here's negative 1. Here's negative 2. Negative 2.5 would be right in the middle, so go back just a little bit about right there, negative 2.4. Okay, so there it is right there. Okay, 3.1. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3. It's positive, so 3.1 is probably right about there. Okay, so there's that right there. Negative 4.9. Okay, so here's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Negative 4.9 is not quite to negative 5, so probably right about there. Okay, and then 1/4. Okay, here's 0, here's 1. Right here is 1/2, so half of that from here to here would be positive 1/4, so that'll go right here. Okay, and then, whoops, I did it in the wrong spot. Gosh darn it, this should be, let's see if I can move that. That should be right about there, so it's going to be a little bit off. So anyways, that's going to move over right there. How's that? Okay. Okay, so I'll have to keep moving it in the next one here. So let's see. So negative 1/2. Here's 0. So here's negative 1. So negative 1/2 will be right there. Okay, I'll have to move it over. So this gets moved over. Sorry. So the negative 1/2 is good. And then negative 3/4. Okay, here's 0. Here's negative 1/2. Negative 3/4 is halfway between negative 1 and negative 1/2, so it's going to be right there. Okay, let me move this over. Sorry about my mistake right there. I'm sure you're thinking, you never make mistakes, huh? Does your math teacher make mistakes? I do all the time, every day almost. Okay, so now let's move. Let's move. It says, now write the numbers above in order from least to greatest. Okay, well, once they're on the number line, you guys, this is the order right here from least to greatest. So here we go. They're all in order. So I did this one is the smallest number. This is the next smallest number. This is the next smallest number. This is the next one. This is the next one, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger as you go to the right on the number line right there. So once you get them placed, then they're in the right order right there. Whoops, my air conditioner kicked on, so you might be hearing some vibrations in the background here. So evaluate, it's about 90 degrees right now. Evaluate each using the order of operations. So here we go, order of operations. So 7 minus 3 plus 3 times 5. Hopefully you realize we got to do the 3 times 5 first, so I highlighted that. And then we got to do the addition and subtraction from left to right. So I have to do this first, the 7 minus 3. We don't do the addition first if this comes first. So I'm going to do 7 minus 3. When it comes to just addition and subtraction, we just do it what comes first from left to right, and this comes first, the minus part. 7 minus 3 is 4, and then go ahead and add 4 plus 15 is 19. Okay, all right, and then here I got to do those parentheses first, so let me do that. 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Okay, now I do multiplying and dividing from left to right. They go together, so I got to do these two guys first. So negative 3 times negative 9 is a positive 27. Okay, now I can divide 27 divided by negative 3 is 9. Okay, all right, so this one here, you guys, 5 squared minus 3 times the square root of 81. Okay, order of operations first is I have to do this exponent first. Square roots are the same, you do those in the same area you do the exponents. It's just like an exponent, you'll find out later in Algebra 2. The square root is actually 81 to the 1/2 power. So the square root of 81 is 9, and then 5 squared is 25, so I'm going to do those first right there. Okay, now I'm going to do the 3 times 9 first. The order of operations says I have to do 3 times 9. Okay, and 25 minus 27 becomes 25 plus a negative 27, which is negative 2. Okay, I'm gonna start grooming my students to be able to go from here to here. Okay, but whenever you subtract, you add the opposite. Okay, all right. Here's the next one here. Okay, here I'm going to go ahead and do the exponents first. 3 to the 4th. is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. That's this 9 right here. 3 times 3 is another 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Now notice, you guys, this negative was not with the exponent right here. So it was not negative 3 to the fourth. It was only 3 to the fourth. And then it's negative at the end. So the negative stays, you guys. If that would have been in parentheses, then this would have been a positive right here. Okay, so 2 to the third is 8. I explained that right over here. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so now I got to simplify these parentheses right here. 2 minus 8 is negative 6. Okay, and negative 81 plus negative 6. When they're the same sign, you go ahead and add them and then keep the negative. Okay, so it's negative 87. All right, find the sum, difference, product, or quotient. I think I just have a couple of these. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and subtract. Negative 3 minus a minus 5 becomes negative 3 plus 5. Okay, and then negative 3 plus 5 is 2, and then 2 plus 8 is 10. Okay, easy enough. Okay, here, let's see, got to do the division first because it comes first in this. So negative divided by negative is a positive. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. All right, write an expression for each. The cost of 2 peaches and 4 oranges. Okay, we don't know what a peach costs, so I'll just call it a P for peaches. And I don't know what an orange costs, so I'll call it an O for orange. So it's going to be 2P plus 4O. Whatever the peach costs, whatever the orange costs. Okay, so the cost equals 2P plus 4 orange. 4O, sorry. Okay, let's see, I thought I hit that. Okay, the cost of 5 gallons of milk. Okay, so again, cost equals 5, and I'm going to do M for milk. Okay, so 5M. Okay, you can do 5G too if you wanted to, you guys. Okay, solve. All right, let's try some of these. My kids like these. Negative 5x equals 30. Going to divide both sides by negative 5. Okay, and then here the negatives cancel, the 5's cancel. I'm going to have x. Over here, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. You should get negative 6. All right, and then here we're going to do plus 12 to get rid of that minus 12. And negative 3 plus 12 is not, whoops, that's a positive 9. That shouldn't be a negative 9. That is a positive 9. Let me, I made a mistake. See, there's another one right there. Sometimes I tell my kids, I'm just checking to see if you're paying attention right there. There, it disappeared. Okay, so there it is right there. X equals 9. Okay, this one here, you guys. Negative 1/3 x equals 5. Do you guys know how to get rid of that negative 1/3? Multiply both sides by, a lot of kids want to say 3. I know you're thinking that. It's negative 3. We want to get rid of the negative also. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 3. And then that's going to cancel on the left. And then I get 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Okay, I hit it one too many times. That's okay. Okay, here, I want to get this negative 7x all by itself. So let's get rid of that negative 14 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go plus 14 to both sides. Okay, be careful, negative 49 plus 14, you got to subtract them and keep the sign of the bigger one. So this one's going to be a negative 35, okay, equals negative 7x, and divide both sides by negative 7. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so we should get positive 5. Okay, okay, this one here, you guys, very common, and it's okay if you do, you guys. Almost all my students, almost all of them, want to distribute that guy through. But look, negative 3 goes into 18. I think it's easier to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 3. Okay, so that makes that just go away, and you're just left with x plus 4. And then 18 divided by negative 3 is negative 6. Okay, and then subtract 4 from both sides, and you should get negative 10. Okay, you'd get negative 10 if you distributed it through up here. That'd be okay. I just think it takes you a little bit longer, but whatever works, you guys. Okay, here I got to combine the like terms. Negative 4x minus 2x is negative 6x. This is like negative 4x plus a negative 2x when we add the opposite. Okay, now when I'm here, I got to get rid of this plus 4, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Okay, and then I get negative 6x equals 40. Whoops, I didn't cancel out these 4's right here. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Let's see. Right here, those 4's cancel right there. Okay, and then we're going to divide both sides by that negative 6. And then when you divide by negative 6, you get 36 divided by negative 6 is negative 6. Okay, all right. All right, so let's evaluate some of these, you guys. We're going to evaluate the square root of 121, the cube root of 125, and the cube root of negative 64. Okay. All right, you're going to find out the value of this way in the next chapter, I think, you guys, in the next unit. If I broke down 121, it would come down to 11 times 11. And then I want you to start getting used to 2 on the inside brings one of them on the outside, so it's going to make 111 on the outside. Okay, and you probably already knew that the square root of 121 is 11. Well, that's because there's 2 11s on the inside, brought 1 on the outside. Watch, check this out. 125, I broke it down over here. 125 is 25 times 5, that's prime. 25 is 5 times 5, so 125 is 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, and then this little cube root says I need 3 of them on the inside to bring 1 of them on the outside. Okay, we'll learn in a few other chapters from now, if there's no number there, it's understood to be a 2. That's why we need to have 2 on the inside to bring 1 on the outside. Okay, here, negative 64, when I break that down, that's negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. 3 negative 4s on the inside brings 1 of them on the outside. Okay, if you can feel comfortable with this review, you guys will do great. You will do your slam dunk on your test coming up. Okay, all right, you guys, take care.